maze. And this is from @Is It October Yet?
I mean, the answer is pretty mundane. Haunted house was always the term back when the event started in Orlando in the early 90s, and it just kind of stuck. But I will say, when we're creating together or talking about, the terms are a little interchangeable for us when we're talking about. But in our guides and on the website for Orlando, it's always been haunted houses.
When I came in '97, they were always called mazes, actually. But
do you know why?
I don't know. I really don't.
I don't either.
know. And
because they're amazing.
There it is.
Trademark.
You know, it's not even like the real definition of a maze, because we're not confusing you, we're not putting you into dead ends, we're not doing anything.
If we really did that, the throughput would be like 200 people an hour, and the lines would be 6 hours. You know, I think the honest answer is we have no idea. We really don't. And when I came in 2006, when I came to bring back Horror Nights with Chris, they just said, you're going to do one maze this year, and I went, oh, okay, we'll call it a maze. That's it.
Thank you. Is it October yet?
All right, question. What is your favorite Orlando house, and what is Mike Aiello's favorite Hollywood maze? This is from @HHN Fanatic.
I'm sensing a trend here.
And the truth is, for many, many years, I had never missed a single night of Horror Nights. Since 2006, I had this crazy streak going where I had been there every single night. It was up over 200 nights, and so it's hard for me to answer that question because there's a whole lot of the houses.
It's okay.
That I'd never seen, that I'd seen on videos on the internet and everything. But Chris and I went together a couple of years ago, 2016, and we grabbed a flight, we flew, we got there, we did like the whole park, two parks. We did Islands of Adventure and Universal Orlando. We ran around, saw the parks, then we did all of Horror Nights, then we got on a plane the next morning at 7 a.m., flew back and did our event. But the one that really, really impressed me in Orlando was this one. It's called Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch. And for me, what was so impressive about it was just the scale of the sets. They created this entire, ghost town environment, and it felt absolutely real. It was beautiful. It was inside a soundstage, and I loved all the gags. There was one particular gag where a guy popped out of the piano that I thought was really, really clever. I don't know, Chris, do you have a favorite from Orlando?
Mine was, I really like this too, because we took a tour before the event itself and walked through, and we came around the corner, and we weren't with Mike. We're with some of his guys, but I was shocked because I was like, ghost town, and they built an actual 2-story ghost town, much like what you're seeing in the image, all the way down, and they had great effects all the way through it. And scenically, that was really the one I liked, but the Exorcist maze that they had produced was really, really cool. During, we did a pre-walk, but then we walked through it during the event, and they had some great effects. They had one effect that we're walking through the house, and literally the walls dropped in a scrim effect, and we were like out in the desert in Iraq. Very cool. And it was really big, too. It was really cool.
And one thing, too, I'm going to let you off a little easy, but every year I've worked on the event that I've known John. I think we've known each other now. Two of you have known you since like 2009 now. Talk to John, hey, come on out. And every year he's like, I got a streak, man. I got a streak.
Serious?
I'm not going to break my streak. I'm at the event every night, not breaking the streak, and you did it for me.
You know what broke the streak, actually?
What's that?
My niece decided to get married on an event night. And I was so pissed off. And I was like, you got to change that. And she's like, I can't. The invitations have already gone out. I'm like, I have a streak. So that's what broke the streak. So I'll get to Orlando more in the future. And Mike, your favorite Horror Nights house?
My favorite was actually the first maze I ever went to. House of a Thousand Corpses in 3D, Zombie Vision. So for me, we've done 3D mazes in the past in Orlando, but I gotta hand it to Chris and John and their teams. The 3D in this maze, I love this movie. My favorite part, some of my favorite parts visually are those interstitials that Rob Zombie did that kind of broke up the scenes, like real quick kind of fever dream interstitials that were throughout that movie. And the 3D in this maze literally captured that, and I was blown away by it. And again, I really like this movie a lot. So being able to, again, that's the cool thing about, you know, I've been to the Hollywood event a lot of times. And, but here's the thing, that going through...
I live closer to you now.
I know you do, I know. Yeah, he's in Ireland now, so it is technically closer. But the really cool thing about, you know, working with our teams in Orlando, and the one thing that we don't get is to be able to be surprised by the mazes or haunted houses that we create, because we know where everything is. We know every beat, every step. So